Hi everyone of YouTube. In this video I'm going to show you the method. I think this method is already old, but many people is new for them. When they have the iCloud lock on their iPad, or the activation lock, when the iPad is locked, where you cannot activate it. So this method is to bypass the activation lock or the iCloud. Okay, and this is to work physically inside the iPad, modifying the logic board. And also this only works for this kind of iPads with this antenna here, which is the CDMA or GSM. Okay, the cellular type. In the description I'm going to leave all the iPads that can be modified to bypass the iCloud. Alright, this doesn't work for iPhones or iPods or iPads Wi-Fi. This only works for this kind of iPads. Okay, let's be clear. And also, after doing this modification, the iPad will be as a Wi-Fi only. This antenna is not working anymore. The Wi-Fi is gonna work, the Bluetooth is going to work, the internet, everything in the iPad. You can even put your own iCloud account, okay, and use it as any regular Wi-Fi iPad. Okay, but this antenna, the cellular service, not gonna work anymore. Okay, now also after doing that modification, the iPad, the serial number is going to be when you go to iCloud and find out if it's locked or not, if the activation lock is on, it always going to be show as a on. Okay, in the Apple servers, the iPad will show as a activation lock on. Okay, so also if you lock the iPad and put it as a stolen or lost mode, if somebody steals to you, they're gonna be able to restore and activate it. Okay, this is what happens with this modification. Another thing that I want to tell you is that what I'm doing here, don't do it in your iPad Air or your iPad 2. Okay, because what I'm going to do here is for the iPad 3. Alright, and also another thing that I want to tell you is that please be careful when you're working with your iPad. If you don't have the skills or the right tools to do it, please don't do it. Okay, hire someone who can do the work for you. And also, I am not responsible for anything that you copy from this video to do in your iPad. I'm just trying to help you. If you bought an iPad that is activation lock on and you cannot find the way to unlock it, okay, but remember, it's only for this kind of iPads. If you buy an iPad Wi-Fi and you try to do this to your iPad Wi-Fi, it's not gonna work. Okay, you're gonna be stuck with a real paperweight. Okay, so after all this says, in the next video, in this same video, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. So stay tuned. This iPad is like under another iCloud account. So I go from eBay, and as you can see it's locked there. So I'm going to open. Alright. And I'm going to open it first. Okay. And please, so you can see it's not a joke or a scam, or there's a serial number. Okay. That's the serial number. and as you can see, it's all sealed. It hasn't been opened yet before. So I'm going to open it and I'm going to show you what I have to do. Well, if you have one of the same kind, the same model, the same model number here, that A1430. Okay, so I've just opened the iPad. This is the third generation, to remind you, and in case that you following another instructions, and in case you haven't seen where you have to be careful, I just want to let you know that in the iPad third generation you have to be careful in this area here, which is the ribbon cable for the digitizer, and over here, which is the Wi-Fi antenna, and those two antennas uh, in this area you need to be careful too, and you need to be patient. Okay, little by little. So it's I just remove the LCD. Excuse me. So over here, of course, if you see another videos for how to open the iPad third generation, okay, I just want to remind you that over here you need to remove everything, because this board, this logic board, needs to be removed completely, okay, because the working area to remove some resistors, it is located this under this area here. So you need to remove everything, these cables, of course, you know, the LCD screen and the digitizer, the speakers and the Wi-Fi, okay, all these you need to remove completely, okay, the logic board. So as you can see, I have removed the logic board, okay. I disconnect every single ribbon cable and antenna cables, and this is the upper part. This is how it goes, okay. That's how it goes normally, and you turn it around like this, okay, and this is the cover that we have to remove now, okay, and I'm going to remove it and I'm going to show you where we have to work, okay. So look how it is. Maybe if you want to work like this is the cover that you have to remove, and around this area here we need to work for the bypass. Okay, so over here I have take off the cover, and I'm going to show you in this model, okay. This is my model number, okay, and in this model number I have to remove the resistor numbered R1204, okay, which is there in that area. See this big one? So it's in this area, okay. Right now in my model, this one doesn't exist, and I think this one doesn't exist, but this one exists, okay, in this number model, okay. This exists, this one here. This is the big one that I just showed you. This is another two for reference, okay. See those two there, one, two, and the big one, okay. So remember, this is for iPad third generation, okay, iPad 3 only. If you have another model, another kind of iPad, your resistor is going to be in another location, okay, of the logic board, okay. So don't mess it up, okay. For the model, for the iPad 3 model A1403, you have to remove this and this, which is this and this, okay, because in this model this one exists, okay. In this model this one doesn't exist because I already see under my magnifier, okay. So let's see if I can close up just a little bit to close up to show you. Well, I'm gonna make a photo of it, okay, or a picture of it, so you can see in the next second. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, okay, first I'm going to cover these two big chips with a, with a piece of aluminum foil, for the heat, alright, because I don't want to damage them. And I'm going to heat with this heat gun. I'm going to heat the area. I hope you have a smaller tip, because I don't have a smaller tip, but this is how I do, and I always do it, and it works for me. I never had a problem. But if you want to be extra cautious, use a smaller tip of this kind. This is too big, but I still use it, okay, and I use it in that setting there. I'm going to heat the area, and I'm going to use my magnified glass, and when the area is hot, I'm just going to knock it off the resistor, okay. And of course, if your model is this number, okay, you have to knock it off this and this, both, okay. So I'm going to do that, and then after I do that, the logic board or the iPad will enter in DFU mode by itself, okay. When you connect it to the computer, it is going to be in DFU mode. Okay, so yes, I have removed the resistor, okay, from the area. I hope you can see it there in the on the foil. Let me show you. It's very tiny, very tiny, so you gotta be careful, okay. There is. So now I'm going back to I'm going to put everything back together, and I will come back with the next step. Okay, so I partially closed the iPad already, and now the next step is to connect it through iTunes. And one of the things that I want to tell you too is that you need to download the Wi-Fi version of the latest firmware software for the iPad. Okay, like right now is the 8.4.1, and you have to download the Wi-Fi version only. Don't download the GSM or CDMA version because it's not gonna work for it. So you have to download the Wi-Fi version only. Okay, and you have to download the latest version, because if you try to download older version, you're gonna have problems with iTunes. So you need to find a place where you can download the firmware. Okay, in the internet you can search in Google for that. There's many places where you can download, and then you download in your downloads folder, of course, right? So the next step is going to be to connect the iPad to the computer. Okay, so now I just connected, and it's connecting drivers. See, because the iPad is in DFU mode by itself when you do the modification. So it will install those drivers, and I think it's going to install maybe like 4 or 5 drivers. Okay, so sometimes in your computer you need to to check in the background when you installing drivers. Okay, and sometimes also you have to put the iPad in DFU mode by yourself. Okay, so I just connected, and it is installing drivers, and I'm going to fast forward this video. Okay, for so it don't take much time. Okay, now I'm going to run iTunes. And after you download your latest firmware, okay, for your iPad, the Wi-Fi version only, okay, you have to you have to make sure that it's in your downloads folder or any other folder. You need to know which folder you download it from. So let me see here. This is the iPad. Download. So now it's iTunes has detected an iPad in recovery mode. You want to restore this iPad. Okay, okay. So then you click OK. And over here you need to click Shift. I mean you need to press Shift and click here at the same time. Okay. I'm going to do it like this. Shift and click. And the downloads folder comes up. And then you choose your downloaded firmware. Okay. This one is 8.4.1, and that's the Wi-Fi version only. Okay. For the cellular iPads. So like I say, after this, this antenna is not working anymore. Okay. Your iPad is going to be converted into Wi-Fi model only. And then you click OK. And then restore. Okay. Then connect it again. Okay, so that's how it gets done. Alright, so thank you for watching, and good luck with your iPad if you fix it.